Tried to YOLO the whole rest of that just to be safe. Did not quite pay off. That was a crazy place to freaking lose it though. It's so funny with like with all these like cycles and stuff in this game, because you know you have hearts that are like legitimately really hard to get, like just require really like precision, really precise like inputs and stuff. But then you have stuff like that where it's just like wait a few seconds and then let go. That's all I needed to do. But it's like I got impatient. I was like, yeah, I bet I can shoot even faster, and then I'll land on it like right when it starts to come up, and I'm just like, why am I doing that? Like I have this whole like hour-long run where I gotta not take any damage, and for some reason I'm out here trying to do something really risky just to save like a quarter of a second, if even that. Like I need to just play it. I feel like I need to just play things a little safer in a lot of different places. As tempting as it is to just go as fast as possible at all times, I need to save those strats for any percent where there's not nearly as much of a risk and the run's not so long. Hey, we're getting that cycle pretty good today though. I think we only missed it once right at the beginning on the first attempt. I did miss one little jump back there, so I'm not sure where our cycle's gonna be. Let's see. That's probably gonna be a little bit off from usual. No, actually, it's about the same. Sometimes the cycles in this game are just so weird. Sometimes they were just not where I'm expecting. Like I missed the whole jump there, so I'm not entirely sure why that would be the same cycle. I do think there might be some sort of weird system going on with like when cycles activate, because I swear with like some levels, it feels like making even like the smallest mistake at the beginning can affect the cycle that happens like all the way at the end of the level. But then sometimes it feels like maybe the cycles don't start moving until you get close enough to them. Like only the things that happen like near where the platform is actually affect its cycle. Which would explain why my cycle was still normal there. Because maybe I made that failed jump before the cycle loaded, but I don't know, man. I really don't know. It'd be really dope if we could just have some sort of mod that lets us like actually view the whole level at once in real time, so we could actually like see how the cycles work exactly. I'd love to get into like ROM hacking at some point and like make something like that. Changing a 2-2 opening in about 50% runs now. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Here recently, I've actually been splitting on fade out instead of when I touch the screen. So I'm not entirely sure what that actually translates to for what I'm doing now. Also, I'll read your message in just a second, Michael. None of them ever finished runs. Yeah, I feel that. I swear I always have a mistake in my freaking PVs on the opening level. Some cycles are definitely not started until they're on screen, but I swear some cycles are just always going from the moment you start the level. No, that's literally exactly how I feel. I feel like it's different from like platform to platform. Like some of them aren't affected early in the level, but then some of them are moving at all times. But of course, we can't necessarily prove that, but it feels that way. Like in my opening level, literally just now, I lost like an entire second near the beginning, but then somehow I still got the same ending cycle on the last platforms. And I'm like, how is that possible? Unless that cycle wasn't moving when I made that 1 second mistake. But if there was some way we could just actually view the whole level, that would be so cool to actually have an answer to that question. I think enemy cycles aren't started until they're on screen, but they continue on after they've started, even after you pass them. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I wonder if that's the case. The first snail in 1-1 is a good example of that. Yeah, that first snail in 1-1, that guy that I was just passing just now, I feel like he's always in the same spot every time. Like, pretty much no matter what. So I might be in the red here. Let's see. If we're still in the green, I feel like it's not by that much. Because I had a few kind of rough moments in there. Oh, okay. So we got a little bit of the time save at least still. My 1-1 must have just been like hella bad on these splits. He's always in the same spot when I start the level, but when backtracking though, his cycle's always different depending on if I messed up the platforming. Yeah, no, you're totally right on that. I've also noticed that before. He's always there to block your path the first time through. Yeah, maybe we just have to like spawn him in, and then yeah, he's moving the entire rest of the time. Excuse me? Okay. Am I gonna miss this? Are we good still? That's not room is pretty consistent. Yeah, no, totally. These moving platforms down here, though, I kind of feel like these moving platforms are moving the entire level. It's like anytime I have anything weird happen on this level, it makes these platforms always in weird spots. Those moving platforms at the end there. So if there is some stuff that's always moving, I bet that's one of them. Or at least they start tracking once you're just like close enough to them or something. Like maybe they're not moving at like the very, very beginning, but at least enough for some of the stuff to make it change. Come on, dude. Can I get this cycle today, please? Oh, these guys are gonna be all fucked. All the rings up here are gonna be completely screwed. This has been like the most cursed World 1 ever. I've not had any damages or anything, but I swear I've been messing up like all the little stuff. Okay, we still got a little bit of time saved. The rings are confusing. I've had them be in a different cycle even though they're not on screen, and some be in the same cycle no matter how many times I mess it up. I haven't been able to pinpoint every time the cycle is like that, but I know a few of them. The stars are one of the things that are always cycling. I've always had them in a fucked up cycle if I mess up any platforming. Yeah, for sure. Like, specifically even on 1-3, the level I just finished. Like, the only way to make those guys in the same pattern is to have everything be, like, exactly the same every time. Like, if I brush up against even, like, a corner, their cycle will be thrown off. But yeah, no, actually, now that you pointed out, too, yeah, the rings sometimes definitely are just the same no matter what. Like, the rings in 2-1, right at the beginning of the level, when you're, like, dropping down a SpongeBob right before you unlock Timmy, I feel like those ones are always in that same spot, no matter how fast you go. One example of that I could think of, even though the rings at the end of the other level can be heavily impacted by your movement. But it's so weird that that wouldn't be consistent. Like, you'd think at the very least we could, like, figure out which ones are consistent and which ones aren't, but it's like, it seems like it might even just be different from thing to thing. Yeah, I honestly just really don't understand it exactly. I wonder what the chances are that any of, like, the programmers on this game are active on, like, any social medias or anything anywhere. Like, has any of the programmers who worked on this ever been interviewed about this game before? I feel like probably not. That would be very interesting to talk to them about some of this stuff. I wonder if they'd be able to actually remember enough to give us any, like, insights on anything.
What? I don't need to look, I believe you. Okay.
This game is just so, like, undocumented in general. I doubt they would even remember working on a GBA licensed Nicktoon games. Yeah, maybe not. Although I don't know, the dude who did the OST, he's like pretty active with his Volcano Island stuff. Like, he's uploaded like higher quality versions of all of them, and he's even done like a couple like behind the scenes videos where he's like talked about like how he made some of the songs, even though like the audience there is like obviously so small. It's like, maybe we'd be lucky, maybe there'd be somebody who was on like the programming side that would care, kind of like the sound composer does. But I mean, the odds probably are pretty unlikely. I feel like it's a kind of an oddity that the music guy cares as much as he does about the game. Excuse me, can I get on there? What am I doing? Ooh, we almost missed that cycle. At least we made it. How are we gonna be on this cycle? Guess we'll just wait. We probably could have made it and still gotten the heart. We would have been a little more careful. All right. Yeah, I definitely could have. But man, I wasn't quite feeling risky enough there. Especially because you kind of got to get a little bit of a weird angle to grab that heart and re-grab the ring. Like, I don't want to fuck this up. Be really dope if there was some way to skip waiting on this snail. I'm really not sure what more we could do here. It's kind of awkward having to just stand and wait on him twice. Is that gonna make it? Yeah, just barely. Okay, we're gonna wait on this cycle. We ain't playing this one risky. Nice. Alright. A little slow there, hesitated these in bed, but at least I got it first try. Boom. We did it. Once again, we're gonna try and play this level nice and safe. Oh, shoot. Can I get that, please?
What?
There we go. Yeah, you can get a whole cycle faster there than what I just did, but I swear that getting that cycle has been killing like literally like half my runs that make it to this level. So I'm just trying to not go for it anymore. I just really don't feel like it's worth it. Just to save like 5 seconds. Definitely not 100% at least. Like we're definitely not quite to that level of optimization yet. Alright. Got a nice 55 seconds. So thank you for the ban. I could see this category maybe someday getting to a point where it's like any percent levels of optimized. But I feel like for now, what really matters is just getting the deathless run. Ah, shoot. I feel like that should be the first goal before, before we worry about getting it to that level of optimization with its movement. Probably gonna be a death. Oh no, we're good. Pretty bad. Oh my god. That felt really freaking close. I usually don't even go for that cycle unless unless I already lost time earlier. And I will try to go for that cycle to make some of it up, but when things are going like perfectly, I normally don't even bother with that. Yeah, we're gonna lose a decent bit here. Excuse me. Alright, we lost a nice chunk, but we at least got out deathless. Someday I would also love a way to skip waiting on all three of these platforms here too. But I would assume that might just be a impossibility. It's always just so frustrating because it feels like you should be able to skip them. But you just barely can't. This bug down here, I feel like is always in the way too, no matter what happened in a level up to that point. You always have to wait on that guy. Gonna go get food now. Alright. Enjoy your food. It better be Wendy's, I swear to God. Wendy's biggie bag, just like I said. We'll wait here. Play it safe. I could have made that as well, but yeah, screw it. Not looking to die in World 3. Boom. I am getting the Wendy's Big Bag, unironically cheaper than McDonald's. Hell yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's a great deal. It's a great deal. You get a decent bit of food, too. I feel like I'm on one of my longer no McDonald's streaks right now. Like there was a good bit there where we were still getting it pretty regularly, but it's been a little while now. Just right over it. This level is so dumb. I hate 3-4 so much. We're fucked. We're fucked. Please. Oh my god. Are we gonna save this? Oh my god, I can't believe that made it. That's gotta be the worst angle I've ever had there. I cannot believe I saved that. But man, was it slow though. That was slow as shit. Oh man, my heart is literally racing after that. I really thought I just blew the run. Hey, we made it. Oops, except I went the wrong character. Alright. So we lost some time, but we made it through. I really I've still been getting it every morning. I really shouldn't. Probably why I can't go lower than 180 pounds. I was here, you witnessed history. You really did. But yeah, no, there's definitely been points of time for me, especially back in like 2017, right when I first started putting on a lot of weight, where I was getting McDonald's on my lunch breaks every single day, and I swear, man, those calories freaking add up. Like, it was not a coincidence that the first time I gained a bunch of weight in my life, that it was during the era where I was getting McDonald's for lunch every day. Plus, it's also crazy just to think about, like, what percentage of your paycheck just goes back into getting food to get those paychecks. We're just like, man, I only made, like, freaking, you know, like $80 today in pay, but then I spent, you know, 20 of those $80 getting McDonald's on my lunch. Nice. Please. Alright. We've lost little bits of time pretty consistently. But we still haven't made any major mistakes. Nice. That was good. I still wonder if we can make that cycle there without having to wait on that bug. Still feel like we can. I'm just way too scared to go for it in an actual run that's like halfway through the game. Okay. Nice, gold split. Did not realize you still had a whole second to save on that level. We got around in the world 4. Always feels good. Where some streams just get completely stuck on the first 3 worlds. I had several of them now that never saw this level. I kind of view entering World 4 as a, you know, kind of like the halfway point in the run, even though we are slightly over halfway. Just kind of feels like the halfway point. Ooh, almost didn't make that. Got it. Hopefully we will not have any finger slips this run. So nervous now anytime I'm holding on to any of these platforms as Patrick. After yesterday's run. We're just gonna wait on the next cycle. Screw that. Sure, I probably could have made that, but I ain't about to play it risky at the end of this level of all levels. So unless it looks like super easy to make it, I'm not gonna bother. Okay, we made it. Just lost about 5 seconds. That one kind of got me, not gonna lie.
Why?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got the glitch. Let's get a good rest of the level, hopefully. Got a nice chunk we could save here. Good. Okay. That shot, that shot. Ooh, and we got the good cycle. Nice, and we got the good grab there too. Nice. All very good. Oh, that was really risky. Should have went a little more wide with that angle. But it worked. It was pretty fast. Gold split. I knew we could save a lot of time in that level. Ooh, and that put our sum of best to a 55 flat as well. We're almost to the 54 sum of best. So close. Nice, got that. Good cycle there. Nice. Hell yeah, very good level. That was hella close. Took that way too wide there. That was fucking terrifying. And still in it. Just gotta nail this ending. Good. Got it. For some bonus. Come on. Come on, let me up there. Let me grab that heart. I didn't go nearly angled enough with that last grab. Okay, this is crazy. I have never messed up this section of the level before. That sucks. Okay, that's gonna be, God, what even was that? Like 20 seconds lost at least? Yeah. Dang, that's how you lose 20 freaking seconds to just flinging yourself around on those rings. What the heck? That was very silly. I'm pretty sure with that we lost 56 pace probably. Yeah, exactly, Tim. That is exactly how I am feeling right now. On the bright side, we are making it into 5-1. Deathless again. Just like last stream. But on the sad side, we kind of just, even though I'm still deathless, we kind of made a mistake in that last level big enough to where I'm not sure this would be a 56 pace run anymore, even if it was deathless. I'm not sure, maybe. Oh man, that was a really tight jump. We'll see. We might be good. Let's just not royally F this level up in spectacular fashion. That's my goal. Please. Making a lot of very silly mistakes right now. Okay, here's where we died yesterday. Can we actually press the R button? Wow, what do you know? We did it. Turns out pressing the R button isn't actually that hard. It is. Got the heart, good, good. Thought I was gonna be too high there for a second. Ooh, that was really fast. What the heck? Okay, just gotta get this last heart. Okay, got it. Alright. Just like that. We have now made it the farthest we've ever made it without a death. Run is definitely still very far from perfect. A lot of really silly mistakes in it, but we at least have not had to redo any levels, which is very cool. So let's keep this up. Nice. Got that. A little hiccup there. Okay. Lost a couple seconds there. Not too bad though. Okay. Pretty fast. I like that. Was also pretty fast. It was not pretty fast. Okay, second try at least. Could be worse. Could be worse. Definitely be a time loss though, no matter what. Shouldn't be too bad of one though, hopefully. Got that, nice. One's always a very scary grab because there is no going back for that heart if you're too low there. You just have to restart the whole level. Okay, made it out of the level. Only 3 seconds lost too, despite the fact that I had to redo one of the shots.
Victory screech!
Victory screech! This is such a good sound. I'm so glad somebody made that. Ooh, we didn't get the heart. Oh, it was terrifying. Okay, so yeah, that was a little bad, but we didn't hit the spike, which is what really matters. This heart. Please. Please. Oh, that was kind of close. Okay, just one more heart. Oh my god, that was so close to the bikes. That was so freaking close. Please. Okay. Alright. Alright. Made it in at least. Just 5 more hearts to grab. But we are in the home stretch. Of course, we got 5 of the hardest hearts in the game here. Please, can I have those? Okay. Very slow, but we got it at least. Can we get a fast cycle here? Yes. It's pretty fast. Got it. Okay, just one more heart. Literally one more heart. And we'll have gotten all 115 without hitting anything. At that point, it'll just be the final level. Okay, we got it. Yeah. Just like that, we are also now just barely back in the 56 territory as well. Just freaking barely. It's just me versus the last level now. No more hearts to grab or anything. But that does not mean that we're home free, because there is still a hell of an amount of stuff that could fuck us over in the last level. Thank you, babe. I hope so. I really hope so. I would love for this to be a 56. That's gonna be so tragic if I finally get the Deathless run and it's like a 5701 or something. That would be fucking tragic. Yeah, this might be the run, Michael. It might be. We just gotta not have a horrible final level. It is absolutely possible to lose like a fucking minute on this level, as I'm sure you know. It's absolutely possible. Okay, just be careful here. Okay, whatever. Whatever. We made it in. Yeah, I need the focus. that honestly, that mistake with the starfish there literally might have ripped the 56. I'm not entirely sure though. Gotta get this cycle, hopefully. Should be good. Yep, okay. Just gotta also not get trolled by any of the meteors, and I fucking fell. Ugh. Yeah, I feel like the 56 is probably done. Probably not happening. Got the troll shot from him there too. See, most of the time you can make it through there without taking a hit. But every once in a while he snipes me there, and I'm not entirely sure why that is. Yeah, we definitely ripped the 56. Yeah, I'm freaking myself out. I always do this, man. I'm like the king of choke when it comes to pressure like this. Okay. Okay, oh yeah, 43 seconds. Unless I somehow found a way to save a few seconds on this last split, this is gonna be like an extremely low 57. RNG, love RNG. Yeah, he's been getting me in that spot more and more frequently as time goes on, I've noticed. Well, we got the deathless run at least. We did finally get that. It's a tragedy a little bit that it's not going to be a 56, but I can't complain too much. Yeah, this is going to be a 57-0 something. Boom. Yeah. 5703, there it is. That is what a deathless run of 100% looks like. A very rough one. I mean, look at this crap. We were a minute ahead, and then lost it from a minute all the way down to only 25 seconds ahead. And then from there, we built it all the way back up to 53, which would have just barely put us in the 56, but then unfortunately, we lost a good 10 seconds there in the last level. But yep, that is a new best. That's a new record.